Hi guys, my name is Mohammad Shehzad and today we are going to start a SQL high availability video, and today we will configure 2000 SQL 2019 always on high availability. So let's go and start our practical. So if you stay with me till to the end of the video, you will learn each step what I'm doing without headache free. So it's very smooth step by step. If you guys have a notebook, you can just note down all the steps or reverse my video to check the steps. So let's go. I have these two servers in my previous video. As you know, you guys, if who have seen my last video regarding the installation of SQL 2019. So I changed the name of these two nodes. So we will call node 1 and node 2. So these two nodes will join always on, SQL always on. So this one, server 1 is our domain controller, which is the IP address is 90. And second node 1 is 91 and second node is 92. First is 91 and second is 92. So let's start our uh, steps. One is we will join the domain before installing SQL Server, fresh SQL for always on. So I will go in node 1 and I will join this node to the domain, and this node also I will join to the domain. Okay, so node 1 I will go local. You guys should know that already the 90 should be in DNS address. If we see, I can show you details. Here is, so DNS should be your pointed to your domain controller, which is also having a DNS. So it will resolve the name. So we'll go, this is node 1. I'll change to our domain, which we made last time in Windows. So it is dc19.local. Okay. Domain user account, admin account to join. Welcome to the DC9. Okay, all good. Okay, close, restart. And this one also, we will join to our DC19. Click on a workgroup, change domain, DC19.local. Okay, domain admin account. Okay. So it's better to join a domain first, so and then after restart, you must log into the as a domain administrator. So that domain administrator, when you log in these machines, so and going to install SQL Server, the SQL will automatically add that domain admin accounts in the log security logins. So you can do it later also, but for the step by step, this is better to do everything first and then make a foundation first and then build the rest of the story. Okay, so this one is also ready, and I will go and just we will log in with the domain. So see, here is no DC 19. I will go for other. This is a local administrator. Keep in mind, this is a local administrator. I will go other users. Okay, we will click other, and in other we will type DC9/administrator. So now I will go to into my domain account. First time when you after joining the domain, you have to do this one. Here also, if we see, this one also will give us a local domain to be logged, but make sure after joining the domain you have to click on other users and then DC19 your domain name and administrator. So it will log into your domain controller. Okay, see, we are signing to DC19. Enter. Password is wrong. Administrator. Here is R is missing. Okay, so and see this one is also login. Okay, make it empty. Okay, so right now we can see our this server, another server also have joined the domain now. This one also. This one is also joining domain, and first time the domain admin profile is creating on this server. Okay, so let me clear the recycle bin also here. Okay, so I will go local, and we can see here work group will be dc19.local. So it's a domain. Right now this one is already joined a domain, and this guy will also join a domain, and I'll show you the domain controller as well. So we'll go and we'll see our both nodes are there in the domain controller, and then we'll put them in a SQL container. Okay, here we go. Okay, second one. So this one also domain joined. Okay, dc19.local. So let's go back on domain controller, and I will check our users and computers. Okay, so in the computers we have seen our both, but I'm gonna bring them here in the SQL container. So I will go right click these two nodes, and I will bring them, move to SQL container here. Okay, so good to go. These are in the SQL containers. So I will keep opening my domain here, but I will close from here, but this one will be still there. So let's go back on this node 1 and 2, and let's start the SQL installation. So I will close this manager here, I will close this manager here, and I will mount SQL iOS in these two. And we will go here, we will choose, okay, SQL 9 evaluation edition, connect. Okay, and second also I will do the same job. I have my iOS, SQL iOS I have loaded into the data store, so I can easily mount there. Okay, okay, let's go in a node 1 and see if the drive is there already mounted. Yes, it is. I will do double click and start installation. I will go node 2 as well, and I'll start parallel. The guys who didn't saw my SQL installation video in the same series, they can see it. So I will walk pretty fast here because I already have one video for how to install a SQL server. So our focus is on always on. So this one I will go installation, and I will start standalone installation. Okay, I'll close the backdoor windows. Here also I will go into the installation and start a standalone installation. I'll close the backdoor ones. Okay, so node 1 and node 2 is going to install a SQL here as well. So stay with me, it will take a little time. Okay, evaluation, yes, we need evaluation only, yes, accept. It will check for updates. No, we are not going for updates anymore. Next, no updates. Next, it will start, and node 1 also we will go same. Okay, this one is, I will close the back one window. This one also going, so Okay, so I will close the backdoor window. Okay, so next, accept the license. Next, no need to go update because we don't have internet connected on these two virtual machines. Next, next. So it will start the installation. So we will choose only engine, SQL engine here, because we will create a dummy database, and then we will make that database into always on syncing. Okay, here I'll check my database only, the database service engine, or you can also check your tools here. If we have management tools, no, we don't have here. We'll install separately. Okay, next. So, in Windows SQL clustering, we choose this directory on a cluster drive disk. So after this always on, I'm gonna make my cluster also, SQL cluster video. So stay till then. So okay, so we'll do next, and same we will come on our first. Is checking for the rules here. Also, we will use our database service engine. Next, I'll go on second. Okay, instance you can change if you like, but I will go default instance. Okay, from the first also we'll go second. It's gonna check if this instance is available on the same server or not. So it will go and check, and then it will continue server configurations. So here we go with the server configurations. Here is the some services accounts. So you can do it if you want to change the service account. It's better to change, but it's still right now it's running with the anti-service. So I will, if you wanna change, you can change it, but we can do it later. So when we are starting our another other step. So let's go this one as a default. Okay, so I will go for mix mode in case of something happen. We have our SA account as well as with the domain account. So this is the password for SA account, and it will be automatically available in the security. And secondly, I have to, because I'm saying mix mode, SA account is a password here, and Windows authentication, we have to choose here add current user, which we are login with. So administrator account, we have login with that. I will choose the current account. So it will choose the DC19 administrator. So I'll go for next. This is the summary and start installation. Here we go. Let's go on a node second. Okay, we'll do next. Same. I'll go with the mix mode. Okay, add current user as well. Next. And here is the summary. Good to go and install. So our SQL installation is started. So secondly, meanwhile, this is going to be installed. I'll copy my SQL Management Studio here. So we will go backslash on my another machine. Sorry, it's F drive. Because that setup is not iOS based. I have okay, no issues. We'll copy that. Let's see if we can copy here. Yes. So here is my other domain, this machine. So I will use my that account. Copy the setup here. Okay, softwares and operating systems, and this is the SQL software management studio software. I'll copy this one on my domain. Here on the C drive, we can copy on this, and then on a C drive, we can copy here, paste, and from here I will take it on these two nodes so we can install the SQL Management Studio also. This one also reached, but no need. We can cancel this. I don't need. Okay, node 1, node 2, and this one is still there. So we can pick from our 90 domain controller. Okay, here we go. We have 18.5, latest one I have downloaded from Microsoft website, the SQL 19 Management Studio. I have copy on my domain C drive. So when the installation completed here, the SQL, then we will start installing our Management Studio. It's almost complete, near to complete. Okay, during the completion of this, I will copy the SQL's, the Management Studio setup here. I'll go on my domain C drive. Okay, I'll copy on this computer. I'll put on a C drive. So later on we can run after that installing this software. Pretty fast here. Okay. Here we go. So on our first node, the SQL Server already installed. I will close and let's go on a second one. I'll copy here as well until this one also. Okay, copy this server on a C drive, paste. So our SQL also need to be complete here. Okay, so SQL Server is also completed. So if you see here in our SQL in the node 1, we cannot open this SQL Server in any studio yet. So let's install the studio here also. So I will run the studio here, double click. And also on node 2, I will run parallelly. Here we go. It will take a little time to load. It's node 1 and node 2. Here is run. Node 1 started. I'll minimize this. Here also I will run. I will minimize here. Okay, install. Installing and loading package. I will say install, installing and loading package. So this one will take a little time. Until now I will pause the video when these studios are completed on both nodes. So then I'll come back. Okay, our studio has been completed. It's asking for restart. I will do restart here. And the second node we will check, yes, it's also ready. We will do restart. Okay, so this one will be after restart. We'll come back. So I'll bring my domain controller on this side. Okay, and these two nodes which we just restarted. Okay, node 1 is coming, and we'll do node 2 also. Okay, make sure DC 19. Okay, because after installing a Management Studio, it's a bit heavy, so machines are little taking time. Okay, one is ready, second also here. So meanwhile I will do SQL. I will start here. See, still taking time. I will log in this one. Make sure again you are logged in with the admin account. Okay, starting. I will open Management Studio here. SQL Management Studio. This guy I will minimize. I'll come on a second. Okay, here also I will start Management Studio. Okay, Management Studio is starting here. Or also Server Manager and Management Studio will start here. I'll minimize this manager. Double time clicked. Minimize this one. After installing a SQL Management Studio, first time is take a time. because these two my machines have a 4 GB RAM and still see it's a fully packed, and after it's loaded it will be release this memory, so that's why it's taking a little time. So we'll go refresh again. Let's go and check if it is in tool and management studio. Both are running and still 4 GB pack to pack. Because we restarted the machines and it's still taking a little bit time to. Okay, so in the two we already have here. So if I go log in with the Windows authentication, you see the DC19 administrator which we gave already there. So I will connect my this service engine. Yes, connected. And here we don't have any database. And in the first node also with the same. Is connected. So I will do two more things first I will change these two machines services with the domain account. So I will go administrator, Windows administrator tools, and to the services, and in the SQL I will run agent and main SQL as with the not with the NT. I will start with our at domain admin. So I will check with the entire directory and I will say check admin. Okay, available, and I'll give a password. Apply. Okay, okay, and restart. You must restart every time after changing a login user. Okay, again for the agent also I will go properties, login as admin, change this one, check. Okay, 3. Okay, apply. Okay, so admin is also this one is also, so it's a still manual. So let's go and this one we restarted already, and this is the on node 1. Let's go and do the same thing on node 2. I'll go my SQL. There we go. Double click, log on as, choose the directory, not a local computer. Look in the directory, the administrator. Okay, change the password. Apply. Okay, okay, and it should be restart. It should be running. And change this one also. My agent, both. Change the directory, enter admin, check, okay, and give a password. Type again. apply. Okay. Okay, done. So these two things are done. So next is when you completed these two things, next you make sure that your server properties and connection is for remote connection is checked. Okay, and check another thing in the logins. You have your DC9 account with the sysadmin rule rights into our server roles, sysadmin and public and secureable. If you see here SQL connection, see SQL connection should be connected, and for SA is connected, so this one also we have to connect. Okay, granted for our also. Okay, this one done. Let's go on a second one. We'll close this one. We'll make sure our remote connection is checked. Okay, and our domain admin have a rights of sysadmin and SQL connection is granted. Okay, we'll go so admin is okay, sysadmin and a secureable will go and check our SQL. By default is granted for SA, but you can grant for this one also. Okay, so these two things are completed. So let's start another story, which is our failover cluster. So I'll go on my node 1 and I will go in my server manager. I will add a role on features. Here we go. We'll go next, yes. And in the features, I will choose failover cluster. Here we go, add features, failover clustering, next, and install. On node 2, I will go same on my server manager, add features, next, and failover clustering, add feature, next, and install. So this will install the failover cluster feature manager on these two nodes. Okay, so I'll close this one. No, oops, still running. Okay, you moving? Yeah. Okay. So after these two, we will join them into the cluster, one cluster, these two nodes. Before that, I will go on my domain and I will give full right to these two nodes because they are going to make a cluster in the cluster object. I will go Active Directory users and computers. And here on these computers, I will give them a full rights, properties, right click properties in the security. I will choose remove this one, old entries, the servers are deleted. So let's go for this one and object is computers. And here we go, win19 check. So we have two, SQL1, SQL2. I will give a full rights, apply, and okay, as well as on this container because these are belongs to these two. Maybe they are going to make object here. I will add that entries which I deleted. It's my old two nodes which was clustered, so I delete that node. That's why that dummy entries was there. So we will choose win9. Don't worry, you will not have that entries if you're going to do a fresh installation. Okay, so these one full rights, apply, second node also full rights, apply, here we good to go with the domain. Let's go back on node 1 and see it's completed. You must restart. Okay, we will restart. No problem. Restart it. Second, also finish. You must restart. We will go and for restart. Here we go. So it will take a little time. This is our object. Let it run. Okay. Because we have installed a feature, that's why it's configuring the feature. Okay, this one is restarted. We will just go and click on a login menu. This one is little taking time. Okay, so login with the admin domain admin account. Here also we are near to login. Okay. The domain admin, make sure you are logging in. Okay. So we'll come here, starting our server manager. We don't need this server manager to open automatically. I will just go here in the manager and I will choose server manager properties and we will choose do not start automatically, close, and no need this one anymore, and we'll open our cluster manager here which we just installed before the restart. Here we have cluster manager. I will open this one here, and in the second also we'll do the same. I will go into the manager, server manager properties, do not open automatically, close, and I will open a cluster here. Cluster manager. Okay, here we go. If we come here, here is our cluster manager is ready, so we will build a cluster now here also. So either you can start from node 2 or node 1, so both sides will be same. So I'll come back on node 1 and I will do validate configuration. Next, browse the servers. Two servers, location is this, so win 19, it will check for the servers. I want these to be into the cluster. It will contact both of them. One is added. Okay, so both nodes are here. So we'll go next. Okay, test operations, all tests. Next. We are near to start all the tests. Okay, so test is started. It will give you a network thing, and secondly will give you a like disk, that we don't have a disk. We are not going to use any disk because in always on you have two separate databases which is syncing to each other, and in SQL clustering we have a one database in the central point, and the both nodes are hitting that database. So a lot of in corporate sector people likes always on, because they have two places. If one goes down, they still have a sync data on the other side. But in the cluster, your SanDisk or your LUNs is gone, then the both nodes are free. So you have to recover that cluster disk, and then that both node will be joined. So that's the little difference. Okay, it's gonna check. And if the validations is okay, it will give us a checkpoint here to check and proceed for the cluster. It will take a little time to go through all these tests. Okay, almost completed. So we can see overall test here. This one, these two remaining. And it's validate the Windows firewall as well if it's passing through all the cluster traffic. Yeah, it's okay. Network is no issues for us. Okay, saying that there is some major things, maybe one issue we'll check. There was an error retrieving the QFE information from node 1. Okay, no issues. Okay, even though we'll create a cluster, okay, let's do one more thing. So we will close the it's too open here. Okay, we will close the firewall. We'll check the firewall again, and then in both nodes. Server manager. We'll go local. Okay, our firewalls are off. Firewalls are off. Okay, so firewalls are off. So let's do run again on second node. Show this one. Close on this server. I will run again. Okay, run validation. Next, browse. Both servers. One added, second added. Next, next, next. And check all the tests again. After this validation, we'll see the report. So what is the related to the errors? If it's regarding the disk or regarding the network in another network, that's fine. So because we have a single network, so sometimes it's preferred in the cluster you have a data network separate and then the cluster network separate on these two nodes. You have to add two NIC cards. But here we go. Let's see. For always on is enough. Software update validation is failed. No issues. If we see here, you can see a software validation error is there. Let this complete it. See the network validation network communication. See, it is red, so no issues. So told you one, it will be regarding network or maybe it's update or some other things. So let's create a cluster anyway. So we have everything is okay except these two. Okay, these two warnings. Okay, we'll go finish and check create the cluster, and cluster is started to creation a cluster. So we'll go next. So I'll SQL dash failover cluster. Okay, and here we need a third IP, 93. So 90 is our domain controller, 91 is this node 1 and 92 is node 2 and this is 93. Next. Okay, add all eligible disk. We don't have any disk, so I will uncheck this one. Next. And it will start creating a cluster. Okay, you have completed successfully. Finish. And after finish, we'll see our cluster is here and it's created. And if we see our both nodes are up and go, ready to go. So I will check one more thing before proceed. I will go back on my domain controller and I will check if the cluster object is created under the Active Directory users and computers. I will do refresh. It's not created here. Let's go here. It's created here. So see, it's created here. That's why we give a full rights to these two nodes. So what I will do on this, I will give a full right again to these two nodes. Properties, security, because these two nodes gonna manage it. Okay, computer object, Win9, check these two machines. Okay, add, give a full control, apply, and to also give a full control, apply. Okay. And second more thing, because this cluster will create another AG object here, so I will give this cluster full rights on these computers as well, and on this one also. So I will go here, add another computer object. Okay, which one? SQL-W, Windows failover, this one. Okay, added. I will give a full control. Okay. So full control there and also here. Properties, security, add, here computer object, and it is SQL Windows failover cluster. Okay, full rights, apply. Okay, so good to go. So domain part is also done. So we will go here and we'll close our this manager here, and let's run some pre testing that cluster is all good. So what we will do, we'll go in the roles and we will create a dummy role, empty role here, create an empty role, and let's move this. Right now it's on a node 1. I have to move it to node 2 and check my cluster things are okay. Yeah, it's up and running. And if I come on my node 1 and refresh, I will close and I'll open again. I must see on my both sides. Okay, here we have both nodes. Right now it's running on node 2. My empty, both nodes are okay here, and I'll bring it back onto, move into best available again on 1. So it's 1 and running. So I will delete this one. This is only for free role. You can create empty role for testing. I will delete. Okay, gone. So right now we have a cluster, everything. One more thing you have to do before you go to start making always on. That is, I will run first here, go and run my management studio. First thing you have to do here, after making a cluster, come on your SQL configuration manager. I will come here. I will just enable my protocols like this one also. Okay, and after that I will just restart this one before restart that, and one protocol enable. Secondly, I will do right click properties and I will choose always on this guy, enable always on availability group. I will do apply and I will do okay. It's asking for restart the service. I will do restart. Okay, so these two things you have to do again. I will go here, I will enable this one also, and I will go on my services, on my SQL service, I will right click properties and I will do always on this guy, which the cluster we have. Make sure first make a cluster and then otherwise this cluster will not be visible here. Apply and then asking for restarts. Okay, and then we will do restart. Okay, so this one is restarted. Here is running. Here also running. Now we will open our studio. Okay, management studio here. I will go here. This is also started automatic. I will close and I will go for my management studio. One more thing, I will have required a share folder. I will let you know why we require that share folder. Let me make the one share folder here on my domain controller. You can put it on a third location. I will make it here. SQL data transfer. So I will right click properties and I'll make it share. Advanced sharing. Share this folder. Permissions. Everybody. Okay. I'm gonna use it. Okay. Okay. So SQL data tr on 90. So why I made it, I will let you know when this studio is open and running. Okay, here is second node. Connect. Here we are. And first node, connect. Okay, so one thing, we don't have any database here, so I will create a one database, so that one we can put into our always on for testing. And whatever the database is for the application you have, you can put one by one or you can remove, and you can do, I will do create database. This is my database test one, so you guys can have in the corporate sector or production, you have other real application databases. So I will close this query and don't need any more. Okay, I have one. Okay, so this one is done. Let's go and check now. We are ready to go make a always on group. I will go here and I will ask create new availability group. Okay, so here we have a little bit resolution problem. Let's see, I will make a resolution a bit acceptable, so you guys can also see. No, it's very let's go and see this one. Little better, but maybe this one. Yeah, this is better. Keep it. Okay, so now you guys can see full screen. This one, I will check if I can. Okay, no problem. So this is the wizard. I'll go next, and here you have to give any your group name. I will say SQL AG group. Okay, it's a cluster type, Windows Server failover cluster, and we'll go next. Select the databases. See, it's not meeting the requirement now. We have to take a full backup. So I will go back on my management studio. I will do a full backup. Right click and take a backup. Okay, send a person and took a backup. So I will minimize and we will refresh. and it's saying meets the prerequisite. Okay, next one. Okay, this is the replica one. Automatic failover, yes, and readable, yes. Okay, so let's add the second replica, which is our 2. Add. Okay, automatic failover, yes, can read. Okay, so these are two our replicas. I will go next to servers added. I will choose full, and I will give the folder which I made on a here. What it will do, this node will copy that database here and restore from here to this side. That's why I made this SQL data tr. So I'll go back here and I will go here and I'll say my double backslash 192.168.100.90 my that server IP, and it is SQL data tr, and I'll do next. Okay, it's checking everything is fine. It's now checking the network location. Okay, saying the listener is not created yet. So later on we can create a listener also. I'll do next. Finish. And it will start making our database always on group. Okay, all success. Our all the things see here. It's created this one, and then it's joined the group and then validated. Then took a full backup of test database and put it on our network location, the folder which we made on a domain controller, and then it start restoring on the other side node 2, and then it's done. Okay, so we will go in our here. I will bring back our resolution so you guys can see easily. Okay, so it's bigger now, so we will see here. Here we go. We have a always on availability group. Here it is, the both replicas, primary, secondary, and test is already inside the availability databases. And listener we didn't create it. We can create a listener, add a listener here. So listener is a third one, ag dash listener. You have to give a IP address, choose from statics, and port is 1433. Our clients will connected on this. So we will, our client, we will give them this listener IP. 94. Okay. So I will give them this IP so they can, applications need this IP. So applications don't know which node is active and which is passive. So they will keep learning, talking to the listener, and listener will give the data to the active node. Okay. So our listener is also ready. So here we go. These are, if I do refresh here, so this database will be changed, the status synchronized. And if we go on our node 2 and we'll check here, no databases is there, restoring, refresh again, and it's in restoring. It will take a little time. So this one will also. So if we go here into the primary, secondary, both are here. Our always on still there because it's restoring, and this one is our AG group. So see guys, this is the our cluster always on, how we created, and if we see, you can see the always on status here, both primary, secondary, and then our databases. So you can create, and if we go in our failover cluster, cluster manager, here is our failover cluster manager. Both nodes are up. AG group is created and running. See, this group is created by default from the AG, SQL AG. So this was the video. You can failover on the other side, and also you can change it. If you want to failover on a node 2, you can do it. So hope you guys like my video, and if you have liked this video, just click. If you're facing any problem, just give me in the comments. I will give you the solutions, and kindly do not forget to subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon for upcoming videos. Take care. Bye bye.